In my previous video, I have discussed about the implementation of transformer of Hugging Face. In this video, I will be showing you the details about it. Before starting, let me give you a small introduction about myself.
Welcome to AD Academy. The main motto of this channel is AI for Aam Janta. My name is Dr. Ayan Devnath. I am an IIT Delhi alumni and Fulbright research scholar at Harvard University. I have total 9 plus years of experience in the field of artificial intelligence, deep learning, machine learning, NLP, generative AI. Let's watch this video. Welcome to my metaverse.
If you haven't watched my previous video, then you can go to the description where I have already put the link of the previous video. In the previous video, I have discussed how you can get a pretend model from the Hugging Face. First of all, you have to install this transformer, and then from this transformer, you have to import pipeline, and you can use it for different tasks. So I was mentioning that I was using it for sentiment analysis, and then I am creating an object classifier from this class pipeline, and then I am using this classifier to do sentiment analysis on different sentiments. Now here I will show you in details how you are using these for different models. So this pipeline takes different arguments or different parameters. There are different parameters to it. You can go to the Hugging Face website and you can check for this pipeline. So here if you see, this pipeline takes different parameters. One of the parameters was task, like for which task you are using it. As I have already mentioned, I am using it for sentiment analysis. You can use it for different other things, like for name entity recognition, for text summarization. You can use it for different tasks. Now you have to mention the model for which task you are using. So you have to mention the model particularly for that task which you are using. So by default, this sentiment analysis is using the model called Distill BERT based uncase fine-tuned access to English. So while I was doing this sentiment analysis, this pipeline is by default taking this model. Okay, but here we can change the model. So based on defined models, my accuracy, my sensitivity, specificity, everything will change on different text. So we can use the model which is best performing for your case, for your data set. That you can do by trial and error. So by default model is this one. I will change the model and I will show you how you can implement it. Okay, so you can search for this model in the Hugging Face. So first of all, in um, Google, you can type the name Hugging Face and you can go to the website Hugging Face where you will get this model. If you click on this model, it will show you model hub, where you will get lots of models. There you can search by the name which model you want. So since pipeline for sentiment analysis is using distal BERT, so you can get the details about this model. Now let's change the model name to some other model, like say for BARD based multilingual sentiment. So let's use this model. Okay. So this another model for sentiment analysis. So for that, what I will do, I will check for the model name, and yes, now it is showing that different details about these models. So it is showing that this model is trained on 6 languages like English, Dutch, German, French, Spanish, and Italian. And it also gives you the sentiment based on 5-star rating, that level, like how much it is good it is doing. Okay, so here is an API. I will show you how you can use the API also. And it also shows like the training data, how much data you are used for different data sets, how different languages, and how much the accuracy it is coming. You can get the details of about this model in the Hugging Face website. Now let's use this model. So how you can use it? First of all, let's copy this one, because obviously you have to use this one, and where you have to mention the model name. So NLP town, and then change the model name. So I will be using this model, right? So let's copy it and let's run it. So now this classifier is downloading this model, and we'll be using this one. So it's already downloaded. Okay, now if you want to see how is it performing, so classifier, let's run it on some text. Let's run it on this text only. Okay, so here I have mentioned we are happy to show you this one. Let's run on this text. So here I have to mention text 1 as my this text, and then in classifier on the text 1. Okay, so yes, it is showing 5 star. That is means like it is showing how with how much. So if it is say 0, so it means negative. So it is giving you the rating in between 0 to 5. So 5 means it's a highly positive. You can get these things. It predicts the sentiment of the review as a number of stars 1 to 5. Okay, so I was running on this. We are happy to show you the implementation of the transformer library. So let's copy it. You can also run it in the API. If you go to this in the API, just remove this and put your text and put compute. So in compute it is showing that it is showing you that it's a 5 star, and also it is showing you the value 0.699. Yes, you are also getting here 0.699. Okay, now let's run it for some other text. Say text 2. I can, so we like the food. It's very delicious. Okay, let's do it for this text. And I'm commenting this one. Let's run it. So here it is showing, yeah, it is 4 star with a score. Now you can also check it in the API. So I will remove this. I will put my sentence. Yes, it is showing now it's a 4 star. See, it is showing it is a 4 star. The first one which it will give you, so that one is actual. So it is showing you that it's a 4 star and with a rating. Now here this model is actually multilingual model. So this is in English language. Now test it on some other language. So what I will do, I will go to Google Translate. So my language is in English and I want to convert it in say in some other languages. In some other language, which language? Say in Spanish. Okay, because this model is trained with different languages and one of the languages is Spanish. So let's convert it to Spanish. So my sentence was this. So this is my Spanish language, and let's copy it, and in spite of this text I will be putting it in Spanish format. So my Spanish text is this one, and I will be classifying it on text to SP. So if you run it, yes. So for the Spanish language also it is showing it's a positive sentiment. It is giving you 5 star. So 4 star, 5 star, both are for positive sentiment. And again, this one also you can check it in the API. So let's check it in the API also. Let's compute it. Yes, it is also 5 star, 0.58, 0.58. Okay, so you can do it for different languages that we have seen. Now, there are two more things. So, while you are considering the model, you have to also define a tokenizer. So, for that, you have to get or import auto tokenizer. So, what I will do, so from transformers, I have to import auto tokenizers. It will automatically give you some suggestion. Auto tokenizer, right? It gave. Okay, and also for what purpose we are using. So we are using it for auto model, for will be So these are the different cases for which you are using. So I will be using it for auto model for sequence classification. Auto model for sequence classification, or this one I will be using. So let's first of all import this, and then you have to mention the model name. So I have already mentioned the model name as this, which is my BART base, this one. So this is already there. So this is my model name. Okay, now what you need more? So you need tokenizer. What tokenizer you will be using? Okay, so this one I will be copying now. Let's put it like this. Here the model is actually my model name, this one. And I will be using what? The tokenizer. So tokenizer is one of the parameter to this pipeline. So tokenizer, and what tokenizer I will be using, that I have to explain. So here I have to explain which tokenizer I will be using. So let's take this one, and I have to put, so from the pre-trained model. So here you have to mention, so which model you are using. So I am using this model. So here I am also mentioning one more parameter from PT, because true means that you can convert it from PyTorch to TensorFlow. So it doesn't matter in which framework you have trained your model, that can be PyTorch or that can be TensorFlow, but you can convert from one framework to another framework. Say one of the person, like they have trained their model on PyTorch, but you don't know PyTorch, you know TensorFlow. So you will be getting their model, and then if you use this from PT, which is a boolean, and if you put it as true, so it will convert it to TensorFlow, and you can use it in TensorFlow framework. Okay, so I have mentioned this this model. Okay, TF model. So this is not tokenizer, sorry. So this will be my model, which model I'm using, and then this tokenizer. So for tokenizer, what you need auto tokenizer, and auto tokenizer, the same thing. So from pretend, and you have to give the model name, and let's run it now. So I am getting my classifier, and now I can implement on a particular text on which I want to do. So I am doing, I am a good boy. Let's run over it. Yes, so it is showing that it is a 4 star with a score of 0.42, and you can also check it in the API. I'm deleting this, putting this, and let's compute. Yes, it shows the 4 star 0.40423. Yes, that's what it is showing. So in this way, you can use the pre-trained models, and where you can mention your model name, your task. Suppose you want to use this um, model with a particular tokenizer, then also apart from mentioning the model name, you can also mention the tokenizer. What is tokenizer? Tokenizer is actually converting your text to some numbers, because computer don't understand text. It converts it to some numbers. So there are different way. What to bake is one way. There are different way where you can convert your text to some numerical representation. So for that you need tokenizers. So different models has been trained with different types of tokenizers. So you have to specify which tokenizer you are using for that particular model. So that is why I have mentioned tokenizer. So I have mentioned here three parameters. One is the task parameter, where you are mentioning which task you are doing, and then model, which model you are using, and then tokenizer, which tokenizer you are using. And in that way, you can use a pre-trained model to do your task. I hope you like this video, and share this video with all of your data science enthusiast friends, so who are looking for some lucrative jobs in generative AI, NLP, deep learning, machine learning. It will be helpful for them who are preparing for their interview for some data science roles, data engineering roles, and those who are already in some companies and they want to skyrocket their career. So this video will be very helpful for them. See you soon in my next video.